We call it Discover Yourself. This is a platform that is built for youth identify themselves, for students to identify themselves and build verified profiles with guidance so that they can come closer to the real world. So we have wonderful guest. I met him in San Francisco. His name is Qi Diaz. He's the senior executive director of Hacker Dojo. I think everybody knows, what Hacker Dojo in Bay Area, for sure. For all people outside Bay Area, so he will explain more, but I'll just give a basic introduction. It's like a co-working space, and they have a bunch of startups. They conduct a lot of events on a regular basis. They are in the heart of Silicon Valley in Mountain View. So, welcome, Chi, and let's get started. Just explain what a Hacker Dojo is. Your mission, and what you've been doing, what you want to do, and for 9 years.
Absolutely. Thank you, Guru, for having me here today. And I love that we met at a hackathon
There you go.
in a Microsoft building in San Francisco. It's a wonderful way for the executive director of Hacker Dojo to meet you. And yeah, Hacker Dojo is a community-led innovation center in the heart of Silicon Valley. We're a 501c3 nonprofit. We offer 24/7 access to members for right now. I'm in an innovation lab where there's a laser cutter, there's a 3D printing farm. A lot of the people in our main space right now are developing software in all sorts of verticals, and so it's our mission to offer high tech access and high tech networks to people, and we do that through a lot of organic events. We do over 450 events every year. We offer over $400,000 of free training and education to community members, whether it's through Python learning, through Verilog learning, through professional development skills like how to pitch an idea or how to throw their own events sometimes. And we offer space for hackathons. And we also offer space for people who are like, I just don't want to leave. How can I keep working here? And that's how like the co-working sort of began, was that they were just, they were developing and they were building and they were like, I just like the vibe here and I want to keep tapping into it. So Hacker Dojo has been around for 16 years. Right now we have about 174 members, and we're looking to grow that. So if you're lucky enough to be hearing this and you don't have a community of builders, software, and hardware that you're associated with yet, definitely come through here, because as soon as we get to about 220, there's going to be a wait list. So we're almost there. But yeah, some amazing things have happened since I've met you, and we have a lot of amazing things. I think one of the most amazing things is that NexGenKlick and Hacker Dojo have made a partnership, which is really going to speak to the revolution of learning, not only for professionals, but for learners at all levels. Like you were just mentioning, right? Your tool is directed toward youth learning, but I actually believe learners of all ages can use NexGenKlick, because I know when I was in college, I had a bunch of things and everything was tied to my college account, but it didn't really carry with me. And so I lost a lot of the amazing products that I had developed as a youth, and trying to look back on it now, I can't really access it. So it'd be really great if I had something like NexGenKlick even back then, where I could say, all right, cool, I'm going to keep storing all of I was a poetry major, all of my poems in there, or all of my, maybe if I had created a piece of art that was not poetry, I could create that in there and like talk about it when I had done some of my physical art. Or maybe I created like a very unique app and I wanted to store that app in there. Maybe I could have done that. And we know now, in the age of AI, right, you can spin up an idea. I mean, I don't want to tell you about this new idea that I just created, but it's basically called Shower Talk. And you know how you get all those great ideas in the shower? This edge device will accompany you in the shower, and it will allow you to say that great idea right into the microphone. And then you
Yes.
can always capture it and instantly, schedule that into your daily follow-up calendar or whatever it might be. But that's what I'm talking about. NexGenKlick, Hacker Dojo. It's a beautiful partnership. I invite everybody out to see it because if you're creating, right, and you have Hacker Dojo as a validating organization, you can, let's say you're looking for a new job, you can showcase, what you have created just in this community space, but you can also store that securely. And if you come to enough meetings here at Hacker Dojo, you can also get certificates. And I know NexGenKlick has a really cool and unique certificate program. So again, I'm just really excited about this partnership and really excited about getting to meet you, among getting to meet all the amazing people at Hacker Dojo and getting to see what they're building.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah. So I was there at Hacker Dojo on the other day. So you have bunch of startups. In fact, I socialized with several of them. They all have bright ideas. Some of them, they left their jobs and came back to your place to just starting out new idea, or new platform, or whatever it may be. And also, there are quite a few folks that are just out of school, and I've seen all kinds of folks, right? So essentially, so today, along those lines, you are saying you have all these startups, and now you said 196, and you're going to observe more in the world of AI now. Like you said, you'll see a lot of startups, a lot of large companies are going to shrink, and you'll see a lot of smaller companies and doing big things, right? So you don't have to have a lot of people to build things anymore. So right now, one other use case which I talked to you about is to have these founders capture their journey from, for instance, the one you just mentioned. For what is it, shower bot or whatever it is.
Shower
Uh,
thoughts.
so either that or some other startup, if a founder can, capture from the inception of the idea all the way to whatever that exit they end up having, the journey itself carries tremendous value, not only for them, for the others that want to follow through, come to Hacker Dojo and build their new startups. They can visually see how somebody launched their careers there, and then they had whatever the exit they had. And sometimes I tell them jokingly that journey probably brings more money to founders than actual product.
Oh
So
yeah,
it's
no,
possible.
no, that's right. That's 100% right. I agree with you 100%. The learning of trying to create something is extraordinary. And then at Hacker Dojo, we also offer events that you as a member, you as a journeyman, a journeywoman, a founder, you can actually get on our stage. Which Guru, you were on our stage. It's not an easy stage to stand on, is
Easy.
it?
It's not easy.
It's a
It's not
real
easy.
deal. You're getting
Yes.
expert advice, you're getting expert feedback at the highest levels, and you're getting it at a community inclusive access rate. There's no other place like it on the planet. And it's an amazing thing that's happened in the Silicon Valley innovation space. And I invite everybody to at least come through to an event and check it out
Absolutely.
because again, the learning that you get from it is so valuable. And before you know it, you've made a real connection with somebody. You've started to make real community with people. I mean, you and I are very community minded individuals. We connected almost immediately. And that's the type of people that we really frequent in Hacker Dojo. And that creates real innovation. What you're doing and our combined power is really a testament to innovation in itself. Innovation in education, innovation in learning, innovation in technology itself. So yeah, I agree with you. Like going through that journey and really having the ability to not worry about, hey, am I capturing this correctly? And just throwing it into something that allows the ease of capture is so critical. It's so critical
Yeah.
for whichever stage of the learning journey you're on.
Absolutely. Like, just to add to what you just said, for instance, when you don't have a success, meaning let's say you made a presentation, somebody didn't like it. It's like a baseball swing, right? You record it, you swing it, you record it. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. Especially when it doesn't work, when you go back and look at it, and the one, and look at the ones that was working before, you can tell the difference, and maybe whatever that may be, hopefully you can make those corrections and move forward, right? So essentially, where I'm going with that is when things don't go, all the entrepreneurs had, you know, uh, highs and lows. There's no doubt about it. We all know that. But
Yeah.
what we don't know is when they had low, how they dealt with it. I
Yeah.
don't think there is clarity. They say, they write books,
Oh,
they write, but nobody understands. If Jeff Bezos says, "Oh, when somebody didn't like Amazon, what did he do?" I told them, "Oh, it's going to be great. Don't worry." I mean,
yeah.
if you say
No,
it
I
will be
mean,
great, no, nobody's going to pay attention to us.
it's easy to get really excited about creating a thing, right? It's easy to get excited about creating something and then fail at it. And then it's easy to fall into a trap of like of shame, of worthlessness, of unnecessary
Helplessness. Yeah,
envy and jealousy of others, right? And it's
correct.
easy to forget, right, that you didn't do nothing. You actually learned something from that. And then to find the opportunity within that perceived failure is critical to continuing the journey. And so there's been times in my life where like I've had a startup. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I've started many businesses. I'm looking at my Facebook account where I had a tutoring business like 10 years ago that I've just like it's still there. I have like every now and again somebody from like Thailand will like message me like, "Hey, can you teach me how to like speak English?" Which was the kind of the premise on it. I'm like, like I had to wind it down, you know. But there's something valuable there. Whenever I look at it, like I was looking at it the other night. And I was like, man, whatever happened to that idea? Like, what did I do? And I was reflecting on it, right? I was like, what did I learn? Well, I learned the first thing I learned is that it's not easy to start a business. It's not easy to start like an international online business either. But I also learned that, well, I didn't give up on that idea and I tried a different business. And some of my businesses actually worked and I was able to exit some of them and they were a little bit better than just flat out, fizzles. And so I started to really understand, and this is all only in my mind. Like I don't have a separate way of actually calculating this, but I started to look at it like, oh, okay, I'm at this thing. And today, one of my side businesses in the last year, which I've only been working on for like 20 minutes a day or whatever, has turned in like to a revenue generator. And so if I wouldn't have tried my hand initially, right? And if I would have tried to like stay safe, then I would have never gotten to the place where I'm like, actually, my skills and my knowledge have led to a revenue generating startup. I know for sure that if I would have had some of the documentation and like been more methodical about keeping it, I could have probably in this last iteration, maybe my seventh startup as it might be, I would have been able to do it faster. I would have been able
Yeah,
to spin up faster than what I currently did. I mean, and I think a lot of us have been waiting for AI to help us like move past the technical barrier. But I think if you really are playing with it, you want to recognize that it's easy to even get lost in that web and have AI fatigue. And so to take another step and understand that, okay, what are the things that I really want to demonstrate as my own project? Like I have a project that I co-created with a member here, Raven, and we created a globe to demonstrate where Hacker Dojo members are coming from on the planet, and they're coming from every
yeah,
single continent,
everywhere.
everywhere,
That's very cool.
India, Japan, Korea,
Yeah,
all these things. And that's one of the projects that I would want to keep and showcase to demonstrate. It wasn't terribly hard to create, but just having the thought process and leading it into reality and manifesting it, right, was significant. I talked to maybe 100 different developers and coders before Raven and I met and was like, okay, we're the right fit, and we made the thing in
boom.
2 days, you
That's
know?
it.
And so there's a story there, and I want to keep that, and I want to remember that. And it's not
Yeah,
I'm not going to get like a credential for it or anything like that, but I can tell the story of it. I can share the impact because on that globe, you can go to hackerdojo.org right now, Guru, if
yeah,
you wanted to, and you can click the globe icon.
yeah.
You can go to hackerdojo.org. You can click the globe icon, and you can see something that Qi Diaz and Raven created. And
I'll do that. I'll do
And
that.
you can
In fact, you can keep that on NexGenKlick, just so you know,
you can
so that
put a
everybody can see
pin.
it.
You can
Yeah.
put a pin in your hometown. What's your hometown, Guru?
India, in South
India
India.
is not a
Let's
town.
Hyderabad.
Okay,
Hyderabad.
so
Let's just go with that.
You can click Hyderabad and you can put Guru, you can leave
Yeah.
a message, and you can even leave your credentials for LinkedIn
Oh,
and the
okay.
like so that people can follow you if you're interested in
No,
like
interesting.
education worldwide, right? And that's fantastic. And maybe they can even leave their next gen click link on there, which I haven't created, but that might be a good thing that we innovate further.
We can create that, and you can publicize it. You can share it as a
Yeah,
public link, and people can look at it. Yeah. I'll take care of it. I'll look into it. I'll let you know once I put it on
fantastic.
NexGenKlick.
I love it.
So no, this is tremendously cool. See, the I guess I think the kind of problems, everything you mentioned, until now, basically, many times, we used to call back in the day writing diary. Some people do, there's some people don't, and the reason you do is especially for if you have a journey you're getting on, let's say education, losing weight, building startup, all these are very complex ones. And it's very laborious. It's a pretty long journey. It's not like
Yeah,
overnight it happens. So when you have such a long journey, recording it in a verified manner, right? Something, it's not you're making up stories. It's about, hey, you went, and let's say I went and present in Hacker Dojo or whatever happened. If I could record it, somebody can learn from me tomorrow and say, hey, you know what? These things could happen to anyone, not just me. And I don't have to just, lose heart and just lose track of what I'm doing just because XYZ person, said whatever. But take the feedback, but don't lose heart, keep it going. And, having that positive mindset with the persistence, is to in order to have that, you have to have a way to look at it and reinforce yourself. And
yeah,
also, in this process you can also
yeah.
help somebody to reinforce. So that's pretty much what NexGenKlick is. And essentially, I can't wait to get some of the um, startups to get on our platform and showcase this. By the way, there is
Me
one
too.
startup already agreed. You will see it. I'll let you know.
Oh yeah? Who is it?
Once it's not from Hacker Dojo. It's
Oh,
called
okay.
a fintech company,
Oh, fintech.
and they saw on LinkedIn and they reached out, and then I sent the form, and they're supposed to get back to me. But the reason I want to share with you is because it's a startup. He's operating out of his home, and he seems to be doing well. So
Great.
that can be a candidate for you to showcase some of your startups, or you can even invite him.
Yeah.
I can, I
Yeah, yeah,
can,
yeah.
I can, I can. He's a good friend of mine now. I'll let him know he'll come to Hacker Dojo if you want to set up a
Perfect.
presentation or whatever.
Perfect.
That will be
Do you
great.
know what he writes his back end in? Is it in Cobalt or what?
I, no, I hope not. I don't think he writes code anymore. I think he has team in India and everything. He's more on marketing and things like that. Back end, not
Yeah.
COBOL. Did you say COBOL? No,
Yes.
no, okay, no. No, it's not.
What's in finance?
No,
Maybe he's that way. It
he's
could
in
be.
fintech. So it seems AI does the COBOL. So if you're doing COBOL, you're going to be out of job. Apparently, AI is
Oh,
signed
did
up
they
to
figure
do
it out?
COBOL.
Claude does Cobalt
Yeah,
now?
yes, it does.
Oh,
Apparently.
good.
So
It used to be you could make a lot of money doing Cobalt because
I
it
know,
was
I
that's
did.
what all the financial institutions use, you know?
I did. In fact, I worked for a financial institution using COBOL and mainframes.
Oh, you
Um,
did Cobalt.
I mean, I use COBOL.
Wow. Okay.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
I proceed the division. I still remember. So
That's amazing.
identification is six crazy world. Why? I don't want
What?
to. So it's great, but no, it's great. It gave me a boost for my career. It's one of the best languages still in place. It's still
Why is it one of
running.
the best languages?
It's too easy. It's like English. You
Uh,
write it. It's not algorithmic. It's not like C code. You don't need to understand pointers and all that. If you want to
okay.
say, add 1 plus 1, you just type add 1 plus 1.
Nice. Okay. All right. Well,
So
it's that easy
uh,
then.
that's the
I love
easy part. Yeah, yeah. But
it.
it's not meant for a system level programming. All it's for application and financial and those high level applications, not for system level. But regardless, one of the best languages in the world.
There you
Now,
go.
yeah, AI apparently can take care of it, right? Why not? I mean, they'll take care of everything nowadays.
Yeah. Even
So
even shower thoughts.
yes, but let's not. That's our idea. Let's not.
Are we not supposed to
Let's.
talk about that yet? We're still Guru and I are still going stealth on shower thoughts.
Yeah,
Don't worry, that's
stealth.
not going to
Yeah,
be
we are.
that's not going to be the real name of it.
Yeah, we'll put it out some patent and everything. Then we'll disclose.
That's so
So,
good. I'm
I
already in
think
the fabrication laboratory, so I'm going to beat you to it. I'm going to beat
in
everybody. This is a
in our
challenge.
patent it will have the water temperature also. So everything. So all right. So let's get back to what we are trying to do
Absolutely.
here. So yeah. So if let me ask you this, right? All your members at Hacker
Right.
Dojo,
Yeah.
if they can have a verified,
What's up, Tim?
a structured portfolio, what they are building, is this would do you think that would increase their chance of funding, collaboration, partnerships, getting customer acquisitions, or whatever? You know, the reason being, instead of just saying, "Hey, I built this, I came up with this idea," and when you're presenting, if you can, like when they were presenting, they can click on that URL, showcase their journey on a PowerPoint, boom, and until that point, that gives you a lot more. It's a lot more visual information to the consumer, whether it's investor or company or customer rather, than just talking about it. What's your thought on that?
When I hear that question, Guru, I think about the percentage of startups that fail. So the percentage of startups that fail, do you know what the percentage is? It's about
Very
90
high.
to 90 to
Yeah.
95%, so it's like an A student of failure, right? Which is
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is great. It depends on how you look at the failure though. You know what I'm saying? Like I was saying
Yeah.
earlier, if you look at failure as the end of the road, then I think, one, you're looking at failure in the wrong way. And then two, you're looking at something that, I mean, it doesn't matter if you're pitching it or not, it's not going to work, right? But what can you do from that? You are building something. You are developing skills, whether it's just through practice or through learning something completely new. And instead of losing that entirely, having it as a verifiable portfolio that you can share, not only with potential funders, right? That might find the right thing. I mean, I think about Slack, and the story behind Slack and how they wanted to create a video game, but they ended up creating, a side messaging system, right? It's like if they didn't have that piece and their VC wasn't like that's the idea, right? Then they wouldn't have gotten to where they are today. And so when I think about what you're talking about, I think about that in two ways. One, you're likely going to fail, and that's okay. And so know that that's one of the reasons why it's good to have a community as a support system. And Hacker Dojo is that community support system for you. And know that when you're building something, you're actually learning something or practicing learning. And to capture that is going to be very valuable because you might not know the thing that you figured out a solution for is actually a really amazing idea if shown in front of the right person. And so, like you were saying, if I'm pitching to the VC and I can demonstrate my work back steps, then they might see something that I didn't see because they have perspective and they have just a litany and a history of being able to look at products and look at development and look at coders and all the like. So when I think about again having a space where anybody can come in and build anything they want, whether it's building up skills for their new career, building up an Etsy store or a digital store, building up their next startup in cybersecurity, in health tech, in prop tech, in deep tech, whatever it might be, right? Having the ability to capture it and having the ability to then verify that those were created by you and there's a validating party for that is invaluable. And I would
Yeah.
highly recommend it because it's easy right now for you to copy and paste code. It's easy for you to get, some AI to create it or, for people to just outright say they can do something when they can't. And that's the value of having a portfolio for like that's like NexGenKlick. And that's the value of having a community of support like Hacker Dojo. When you put those two together, you can't lose. That's
Yeah,
the amazing thing. It's like, look, you're the only thing that you're ever going to be losing is time. And that's going to happen whether you like it or not. So you might as well collect the things that you've been learning and collect the things that you've been developing and be able to point back to them with a verifiable and true stamp like NexGenKlick and the Hacker Dojo signature partnership.
fantastic. All right. On that note, let's end this particular session. We'll have another one. We dig deep, a little bit more deep onto Hacker Dojo, and we'll also try to come up with probably one or two journeys of on NexGenKlick if possible,
Yeah.
and then kind of take it from there. So thank you, thank you. I know you're very busy,
Hey,
and
Guru, thank you. I really appreciate you making this happen. It's amazing. I
yeah,
can't thank you enough.
thanks.
Come on down
Likewise,
to
sir.
Hacker Dojo. We'd love to see you
Yes,
again. Get you
absolutely.
on that
Let's do
demo.
in your
Get you on
podcast
the
room.
demo night.
Yes. So let's do on your podcast room next time. So you
All
have,
right.
by the way, for those who are into podcasts, so here is the deal. They have a very nice room, podcast room, very colorful walls and everything. You guys can check it out. Go there and try a podcast from there. I'll do it. I'll do it for sure. Next one, most probably we'll do it from there.
Yep. Let's do it.
All
Come
right,
on
sir.
down.
Thank you. And we'll talk soon.
Thanks, Guru. Thank you all. Have a good one.